Yo, what's up, Safe? How you doing, my friend? Oh man. Sorry I'm late. Anan! Hey, nice to see you in here again, Anan. Sorry, that was it sounded like a bunch of gibberish on my end. Anan, welcome. Safe says, I'm doing good, but my newest game development project isn't working. Not that I did a mistake, but rather the input of something is true, but the output isn't inputting. It's not my fault. I quadruple checked. What are you developing on? Unreal? Unity? Alright guys, today we're going to be working on implementing a little bit more. It's on Scratch, Google Scratch game engine on Google. Scratch. Scratch. Did you check your old, what inputs are you trying to even get? By the way, guys, we're gonna set up a hashtag 17. Let's do a desk. A deck. Not a deck. To see your gaming desk. Hey Raleigh, can you tell me if I want to move my character to a location without using AI navigation? How can I achieve that? Just give me a hint or brief. Well, I think the best way to do it if you don't want to use AI is you're going to have to shoot a raycast from your enemy. Or, so what you could do is just create an offset of how far you'd want them to go. And you can linearly interpolate between your current position and that position. Right? And then you have to have that alpha update every tick frame, so you want to make sure that you're using... And I'm assuming you're on Unreal Engine, or are you on Unity? Because you'll want to use delta time. And in Unreal, I believe it's F vector, was it V interp? Yeah, V interp 2. So you would just plug this into your new location, right? You would have your current location, your target location, you'd place in the delta, and you'd place in the time that you want it to take to get from point A to point B. After you've input all that information, you just go set actor location, and then you put, you know, new location equals this, and then, you know, you put new location. Should be new, but yeah, that should work. That's if you're on Unreal. Also, Safe, I don't know how to answer that question, my man. I have never used Scratch. Let's see. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, I use V Interpolate. I don't know. Here, we can even see. You use BPs, right, Nan, or no? Because if not, then I don't have to go into it. But
ask the user a question and then check to see if their answer is correct.
Man, I want some
and then what
better
to do
input.
with their answer once you get it. So just to give a simple example, if we ask,
you know what it could be? What it could be, Safe? What it could be is Scratch. Scratch. I don't know why I want to say that every time I say it. Google Minesweeper. Oh, dang. Bro, I just hit a freaking bomb. Oh, did I? I didn't. This game cheats, dude. This game cheats, bro. So you can't hit the thing? Oh, every time, dude. Every third hit, I hit one. Here, let me see. Close. How do I even play this? Let's have them. Let's motion. Move 10 steps. Sprite 1. My Scratch kitty, dude. Scratch the cat. That's what somebody tried to tell me Judah looks like because he was being a hater. I'm horrible at both Minesweeper and Solitaire. Dude, I love Solitaire, but Minesweeper just it touches me somewhere in my soul that I just do not like. I hate it. So we moved from Unreal to Scratch. Yep, we're a Scratch developer now. No, I'm trying to help Safe figure out what's going on with his input. Let's see, how do you, if I were to go to create, it just tells you that. What's down here? Pen, draw with your sprite. Let's see, Mackie, make anything into a key. Text to speech, video sensing. Ooh, sense motion with the camera? That's pretty cool.
With Scratch, we can click the block to run it. There are many.
Okay, so you click the block to run it. Move. Move, cat! Yeah. Alright, that's not what I want, though. I want to choose a sprite, choose a backdrop. Dude, we need to have... This fool's in a castle, dude. He's walking on a castle, bro. Pinball Space Cadet goes crazy, though. Dude, I remember those days. I actually got really good with Minesweeper. Man, it's always the third click for me that does me in on Minesweeper. That's why I'll never go to war. Ever. Events. When clicked. When space key clicked. I'm assuming we do this. So, yeah, I mean, sounds like there's an issue with your input, right? And if we were to, wait 1 second. Yeah. That's crazy. Now I'm going to really annoy you guys right now. I just want you to know that. And when I do this, we're not even going to play until done. Right? We're going to move 1 step. Every 1 step. Come on. Stop all sounds. That's not what I wanted. I want to start the sound. Meow. You guys like that? I bet y'all love that. Yeah. There's actually a theory behind each number which my friend told me about, and once you get the hand of it, it's really fun as a time killer game. Really? Man, you should leave Unreal for Scratch. I know I have six people in here chilling. What's up with you guys? You like Scratch, huh? Scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Repeat until explosion. Where's the explosion button? Yeah, this is pretty cool. Honestly, I do not know why it's not working for you. Right? 10 out of 10 game, guys. It's going to cost $2 to play this, and all you do is walk across the stream. Y'all down? Scratch uses no storage on a website. Unreal takes up many gigas because we're a giga Chad, dude. That's why we use Unreal and take up all the gigabytes because we're a giga Chad. I think that's like, isn't that like really bad? Isn't like giga after beta? I don't know. What's after alpha and beta? Alpha and beta. And beta. Gamma, delta. Yeah, we're giga, dude. Is giga before alpha? Yeah. Giga is much stronger than any alpha. All right, guys, let's jump into the Judah development. Man, I'm a Gen Z, and you use those terms worse than old people, bro. Giga Chad? No way, man. There's no way. Exactly, dude. I knew that it was bigger than alpha. Like, I consciously knew, but I just had to double check, right, to make sure. Because at the end of the day, you know, like, that's just how it is. I remember, like, someone used to say, like, oh, dude, that's savage. And I was like, bro. That's when I knew I was getting old, when someone said that's savage. And I was just like, I don't know about that. Man, a banana could make a better sentence with that word. Dude, how is it's I said 2 words, safe. Giga Chad, bro. That's why we use Unreal, and that's why you're saying I say it worse than older people, because you're like, oh, dang, he got me there. He's right. He is a Giga Chad. And I'm a Scratch lad. I'm a Giga Chad, and you's a Scratch lad, bro. Certain with a big G, yeah. G-O-D. God. Dismembers all hate and reveals all facades. G-O-D. God. Sorry, that was kind of off rhythm. But it's alright. See, once I got off of Scratch, everybody stopped watching. You guys really like Scratch, don't you? It sort of like gets an itch you can't get quite rid of, huh? So let's see. Let's see if it's here. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, but I think it's Russian. Yeah. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna put it over here though, cause yeah. What does? Wow, dude. Wow. Never use this, Christians, because we never use the Lord's name in vain. Never, man. Sorry, God. Siaf got me. Bank safe, bro. Let's see. So yesterday, guys, I kind of worked on this. So like when he gets hit, obviously it's got to be a little bit quicker, a little more punctual. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to start incorporating this in at some point, but I'm going to start getting some other animations to indicate some things, because I don't want every single hit to knock Judah back, right? Like, I'd like some to, like, push him back a little bit, but not entirely knock him back. Maybe, like, a heavy hit. Just saying, Giga starts with, do you know what, wish I was smart enough for Scratch. We stuck in a brain let Godot, yeah. Google the world Rizzler. Google is pretty good at word Rizzler. The charisma. Do not Google the word Rizzler. I won't. Oh, he says Google the word Rizzler. I thought you were saying like Google was the word Rizzler. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that, dude. I'm not into learning about Riz, even though I know it's sprung from the word charisma, which I don't mind, as long as you're using it in a nice, what's the word? You know, demeaning way. Yeah, we definitely gonna have to work on Chase Lee a little bit here, dude. Look at him. My man Chase Lee. Rizzler. Dude, who goes up to people and says, I'm the Rizzler? It sounds like a messed up version of the Riddler, dude. You need the Lord in your life if you're calling yourself the Rizzler. That sounds like something. That sounds like Rizzo the Rat, bro. That ain't that bad. Yeah, it's not that bad. But let's be real. I don't know if I would want to go by the Rizzler. Yo, that's my boy Tommy. He's the Rizzler. If anything, the Riz Wizard, man. That would sound the Riz Wiz, bro. The Riz Wiz. Man, you always gotta go. You'll be in here for 2 seconds. You're like, dude, I gotta go. There's a dinosaur knocking on my door. I gotta bounce, dude. We all know you stay up until like 5 o'clock in the morning, safe. Come on. Come on. 1 second, boys. Sorry, my madre calling May. But yeah. There's so much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? Alright, so change materials, tint. Yeah, this is gonna be a huge pain in the butt, boys, just so you know. Like, I was looking this up and trying some different variations, and it looks like the best way to do it is to make a dynamic material, but I don't know if that's gonna be possible. I wish there was a... I don't know how we're going to linearly interpolate between those things. I mean, I could try making my own master material or something like that. Materials. Matte. Universal. Hit. Trying to think. Unreal, dude. The Rizzler. The Rizzler. Dude, how did I come here from an... I literally came here. Oh my god. You've arrived here from an untrusted site. Okay. Alright, never mind. Holy moly. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Can I right click this? This is the first time this has happened. Crazy. There's a way to create your own for Unreal Engine. Tutorial.
With flexible royalty-free plans, mix and match your assets. Try free for 30 days with Adobe Stock.
I couldn't believe the salary and jobs that
Man, there's a ton
straight
of
out
these
high school
actually.
without any college experience. Anyone could do it.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to configure your project to work with SRS
Of your
and how to add
scenes.
SRS to your scene. All I've done so far is create a new third-person project, drag
Alright, let's
Check.
see.
material to use a demo material, which you can find in the demo folder of the SRS.
Troubleshooting.
So you've just added SRS to your scene and you're noticing some weird issues, such as there being a big gradient on the sunlit side of your mesh, or there being no shadow on your mesh.
How do you create your own? Overview of the SRS actor.
So far, we have only used materials that are shipped into your
Thank you, bro.
2 master material instances. These are the main material instances that you may want to modify if you want to change settings.
All right, dude, just show me how to make one.
With SRS, we have to add a single node. This is called SRS underscore material attributes. This node hijacks some of those nodes, those input pins, and allows you to input some SRS specific options. So you're going to be able to control, so we can control the speed in an instance of this material. Now what this is going to do is we're going to have a material, and the rimlet and highlight size of this material will constantly be variating. You're going to be able to see this in a second. I'm once again going to add a new sphere, and I'm going to add this material to it. Now we can create an instance of this material, just like you would with any other material that is not using SRS.
You can just tell how comfortable he is with
And
Unreal,
here we
just
can
moving everything around.
control the
clickety-clack.
parameters we just created. So, for example, speed or our color. If we of course have to apply this instance to our object here. Now you may have already created materials that were not made to be used with SRS. For example, this material on the player character right here. Now I'm going to show you how you can convert your material to be able to be used with SRS. Firstly, I'm going to set the character convert our specular and roughness inputs to rimlight and highlight size scale using the node SRS attribute converter. And then I'm going to use the SRS material attributes node
What
to
the
give
heck?
us the material attributes that are compatible with SRS. So now we're going to have to add a node called remove material attributes node.
We're gonna have to figure out how to get some opacity. Because in our game, when we get hit, we're gonna want to one, not only like play an animation, maybe knock him back, right? Just a couple of things. SRS attribute converter, we have that. MF underscore fuzz. I'm assuming this is for like fur. We had fur. Nope. All right. Interesting. I'm gonna plug some of these in. Highlight scale, shadow scale. I don't even know where these plug into. What is going on here? So he
Now-
hijacks these channels, basically. Interesting. Translucent. Never base color. One thing we're going to want to do is for an instant, we're gonna want to make the player like red. Let's look at what he does here in the master materials. Sheesh. dude. Yeah, I'm not a material man, chat. I am not a material man. True attributes. Emissive opacity. We have like pattern gradients, highlight, emissive. Yeah, what is it?
I chose Wix for my business.
Oh my
because of its
God,
massive
Wix,
scope
every
of
time.
functionality and
You make
free.
one website, chat, and you'll never have a life without Wix plugging themselves constantly.
I'm going to add a
Never ever, man. SRS translucent material attributes. Translucent attributes. Okay, so we want the attributes. And where does the refractions? 5 ES3, which is example. For example, which is example used mobile in VR. No, we don't want to save all this. Jesus. Hair color, what am I doing? Going 3. And that immediately controls the opacity. This is interesting.
color parameter for our base color. And I'm going to set this to red. I'm going to add a U-shift node. And add a time node. And multiply this by a scalar called speed.
So this is what's going to make it lower
Set this to 0.5.
its opacity, so on and so forth.
And connect this to the U-shift percentage. This is we can connect to base color, and highlight color is just gonna be a a different parameter, which we are going to set to white for now.
This guy knows the,
Now here
the
we
numbers
can
for
just
white.
create individual parameters for all those nodes, those pins.
Ah, so the S is like size, and then he gives
And we
like
can
the
even-
specific, like these are all scalar. I believe, right? No. Yeah.
Normal map and pattern gradient away for now, for this demo material.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
And
Disco
now,
lights.
to see what this node does, we're going to have to create a material instance of this material.
I'd prefer to see like
Now on this instance, you will see there are way more parameters than we just added. This is because our material, our translucent material attributes node adds a few parameters
a few.
that are specific to translucent materials that you will also find in the material instance we created previously. Right here. Those are created using this translucent material attributes node. Now if we go into the translucent instance we just created, we can see that it's already working. I'm going
I don't
to
see
drag
that
this into
rim
our
light,
level
but
map.
I'm assuming it's because he has to set it. No, that's the
This
wrong
was
one.
the wrong material. This one.
This guy, man. This guy, dude. Oh Lord, may it be a
And now we
successful
have
day,
a
God.
working translucent material. However, there are no
Please,
shadows,
God,
no
may-
highlights, and no rim lights. This is because the
Yeah, he hasn't-
size parameters we created are all set to 0. And now we have a working translucent material with colors shifting just like we wanted. And of course, if we wanted to, we could also modify our highlight and rim light and shadow sizes. We're using different nodes to make
Mhm.
them bigger or smaller depending on time, or do whatever we want with them.
Is there like an opacity shift? No. Is there like a lerp? Can we do a cosine? Promote. Promote. Because the best way I could think about this is just getting a material, placing it on the actor, getting that material from the actor, and then essentially every time we get hit, we just switch that material. But that's the thing, is we would have to create 4 materials, or however many materials that we'd need for each actor in order to do this. It's like, do I even go about doing it this way? Kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. So what does he use here? Is he just like multiply this by how he uses time to do it? But I'm more interested in changing the opacity. I don't even know it controls the we have red, green. Probably a texture with 4. Alpha. Time. Ah, that's what we could do. What do you press? Like M and then select to multiply. 1 for a constant. Do like 0.5. Plug this into here, and then plug that into here. And then in here, we would just promote this to that. Size, antistropic highlight, normal map, pattern, gradient. I mean, I guess it's nice to know these things. I don't know, but now if you look, we're not getting nothing. I mean, we are getting a hue shift, but I was hoping it would change the texture. Maybe if I plug in the alpha. You can use that for a super. But can we use a sign or something, maybe? Just a little bit interesting because this is definitely just for like a hue shift. But I was hoping I could use that for, I don't know. Like even the opacity there isn't working too well. Let's save this. And then in our materials, let's create a material. Test. There were problems with some asset action blueprints. Side effects. Needs to be resaved. And possibly upgraded. Plugins. Side effects. I know why that happened. I was trying to install this plugin for like eons and it wasn't working. Now it's mysteriously working. And I've never even seen the plugin folder. So that's cool. But I might have to delete these. Needs to be resaved.
And multiply this.
This is ridiculous. How do you change the opacity based off of one thing? Change opacity. Yeah, see, so it's definitely something that we can do. Doesn't feel like here, though. How would you even go about doing that? Opacity. Right? Like I want to essentially do this really quick to kind of indicate that you can't be hit after that point. but I want this to kind of happen to everything. And we can only do that if the material is set to this, which is translucent. And that's going to be a huge pain in the butt. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a lot more annoying to set this up than I originally anticipated. Because it involves us. One, we'd have to set up. I wanted to go through each material and change the opacity. But the thing is that I don't believe these other materials have that capability. And if not, why don't we just use everyone or every single one as a... Sorry, my dog's barking. Opacity. Test master char. We don't need these. Force delete. We don't need them anymore. Like this is using a translucent. Yada yada. Is this material instance? Which one is this specifically a material instance of? Parent. No, it's a simple pattern. But if we were to make a material instance, test translucent, I spelled that correctly. Don't think less of me, guys. Am I translucent? Why do we get these like little... It was pretty cool. Right? So yeah, we can change this here. Make it completely untranslucent. But it looks like this is more for like a shadow. Or not a shadow, like snow. How do I change it? How do I change it? No gradient. No gradient. I don't want this gradient. This is definitely the highlight. Let's see, highlight gradient, highlight textures. There's no way to set. I guess that's best right there. Preparing shaders. Are you kidding me, dude? They just have to make it all different every time. I can't just get one singular normal translucent material. Here we go. Translucent preset. That's better. And for the opacity, we still have this. So that'll be easily controllable. Yeah, for these ones, I specifically don't have a opacity mask. So we can't use the eyes on this. Which is annoying. We can put a base texture color. We can do all that, but there's no mask, so we would not be able to use the eye. Because the eye requires that we use a mask. And we're going to have to fix those eventually because they have like a 1K resolution, which is not good. The 1K resolution is not good. Opacity, mask, clipped value, blend mode. We have translucent, shading mode. Nanite override, so we can't have nanite on these. If I were to go to like masked, do we still have access to all the things? I mean, we do, yeah. But they no longer work, and I believe that's because we don't have a mask. Yeah. That's a little frustrating. That is a little frustrating.
Lucidchart makes intelligent diagramming easy and helps your best ideas become real.
We're just gonna get rid of these because I don't think it's gonna work at all. We just spend a lot of time on something that feels pointless at this point. I just don't know why they can't have one that allows you to use a mask, because then we could use a mask. You know, we could probably use a texture. Like use a texture that's a little less opacitized. I don't know the word. Opacitized. Man. Well, let's try to work on what I can get done. Change materials, color, and opacity. When you figure it out. Which feels like that's gonna be a rough one to figure out. I've already tried to use like material instances, but the only thing you can do is create a dynamic material, and then you change that dynamic material. But it's just like you can't go to a material interface to a material, or a U material to a material instance. Which is frustrating. And you can't set, like if I got, and it's annoying because everything on this character is a material instance. Like everything on him is a material instance. Let's go. I can't even think right now. I'm a little heated. This means it's going to take longer. And I don't feel like I should spend that much time on something like this. But yeah, all of these are a material instance. Material instance. So in hindsight, I should just be able to get the material instance. We already have all of the materials. All right. Don't want to do that. We get the skeletal mesh. We get the materials. See, interface. We get the interface, and then that's it. From the interfaces, you know, for, you know, U material instances, mini mats, and then character mats. Wham, 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 wham. Does that make any sense to you guys? Cannot convert material interface. Oh, I'm using material instance interface. Interface. Minimats dot get material, right? And then that gives us a U material. But how? That material instance, default material instance. Hold up. Yeah, default. It's a default material instance. None of this makes sense. Yeah, none of it makes sense. Are you talking about like just me entirely, or like my code, or just why it doesn't want to work? Yeah, none of it makes sense. I'm just not familiar with programmatically altering materials beyond like changing the albedo. Yeah, but that's the thing, is the opacity is a part of the albedo from what I remember. Oh, I guess not. Like if I were just to use this, right? Yeah, I guess that doesn't work either. There's no way, bro. So even if I wanted to change it, there's just no way. If something is confusing, that means you're learning. No, I hate learning. Yeah, true. But, you know, it's like default material instance gives me the default material instance. I can get the default material instance. I can't get the material instance, though. Can't get the material instance. The domain that the material attributes will be evaluated in. Certain pieces of material functionality. Oh, you. Update, get default material. Yay, 5 hours.
Player proximity. And
5
since I-
hours.
I'm
Yeah,
going
or I
to,
mean
create a new
54
sphere
minutes.
component, or a new static mesh component, and I'm going to find a sphere here.
Thank you.
Allow us to interact with this material over the lifetime of the blueprint. By default, it's using index 0, which is the one that I assigned the glow material to, and I'm going to promote the result of this into a glow material variable. So by typing in the name, I can now refer to it anywhere I want. So this will allow me to work with this glow material whenever I choose. Going into my event graph is where I'll do things based on what's happening during the game. I'm also going to create a couple of variables here. So we'll create one that's a float called distance, and one that's another float called max intensity. So the distance, I'm going to use that to set my limits for how far away am I going to sense the player, and then the max intensity is going to be how bright am I going to get based on that. So I'm going to, on begin play, set up a timer, and I'm going to call this timer. Whoop, wrong one.
All right, let's see how he starts this up. He
Measures
creates a
player
material.
proximity, anything on. So I'm going to control left click and drag the sphere into play, and then I'm going to create a dynamic material instance. And what this is going to do is allow us to interact with this material over the lifetime of the blueprint. Orange, and a default brightness of 1. So now we've got this.
So just because you create a dynamic material instance doesn't, so essentially
Event graph is where I'll do things.
you're
based
creating
on
one of
what's
that
happening during
particular
the game. I'm also going to create a couple of variables here. So we'll create one that's a float called distance. Event interact with, you can turn that on. So in world, like again.
So you have to create a material instance.
Just be more.
So it's like not all is lost. Dynamic material. Or what will we just create a unit F dynamic material instance? Let's look it up. Let's look it up. And C++. In C++. So uMaterial instance dynamic equals the material, which would be the mini material that get this, and then set parameter with set parameter value. And then on here you would set a scalar parameter. You would change the parameter. Interesting. I guess we can, what is that? uMaterial instance. uMaterial instance dynamic. Dynamic mat equals create, what is this? Create default subobject. Is that what it said I needed to do? No, we need to call the actual class and then say create. And then in here we're going to put mini mats dot get material. And then what's in here? uObject in outer. What will we need for the outer? This. Create parent and outer uObject. I don't know if I want to create it on this. That might be a little weird. Oh no, chaotic shapes. Chaotic shapes. So now that we've created our dynamic mat, it's like, how do we know? Are we changing this material at that point now? Right? I don't know if that's the case. And then you just... What would it be in here? Base color tints. Which I could, if I remember correctly, flash this red to red. But I can't change the opacity of it. I can, however, have it flash up and down. I'd prefer white, though. It looks like white is just giving us the ability to use a texture. And that's how we're using a texture when it's set to white. It's that. I get it. I get it. Okay, so we're going to want to change the base color tint. I just want to see if I'm able to change the color, right? Alright, base color tint is what it's called. Changing the alpha does nothing. I can use an F linear color, or I can use an F vector 4 with said values. Are all of these going to be red? Like if I look at the base color tint, yeah. And it looks like if I just change the saturation, we kind of get that result too. So I could, you know, set vector parameter value, parameter name, and I don't know if I could do like set with saturation. Scalar value, and what was this? Saturation. Make sure I spelled that right. But with this, it's like, you know, you're going to change the base color tint. Alright? Saturation. I don't know if this is going to work, but I guess it's worth a try. 0.7 F. And now when we hit someone, we can do that. I don't know if it's going to work, but we could test it and see. Hit me! Nothing. Nothing. set vector parameter value, base, color, tint, F linear color red. Let's try this. Hey, how's it going, Fabula? Welcome to the stream. How's your day going, my friend? A little slow around here today. And that's not working either. Oh boy. Do I even have this thing? Do I even have the thing? I don't believe I have the thing, so let's check if I have the thing. S here. Delete all this. Let's get the name of the dynamic mat. Dynamic mat.fname.toString. Woo-hoo! This is a little frustrating, I won't lie. Raycast nav mesh. So we do have, you know, it's just called material instance dynamic. Which is a tad bit frustrating. So we do have it, but we don't know. Dude, this is going to be annoying. I already know.
In a particular direction. So you can see if I wanted a particular pattern to have it dither out by, I could use a texture mask to do that and just do some of the very fast motion in my shader rather than relying on the dither pattern. So that lets me have this very particular etching effect, if that's what I'm looking for. So one of the other parts of effects, obviously, oops, get rid of the sun instead, is particle systems. So I'll create a real quick particle system. The temporal aliasing averages the results of any given pixel. As your mask changes from frame to frame, it averages basically the on and off bits of the mask. So you end up with an approximate result. Just wiring this up, and you can already see the dither pattern occurring here, the little sparkles. If I then set a variable, let's see,
parameter,
let's call it threshold, and feed it into the alpha threshold, At 0, it's and we'll see it in world space. It's probably something like 100. Can take a look here.
I'm trying to see like this changing during play, not like all this.
Yeah, it's 100 units across, which means it has a radius of 50. If I then subtracted 50 from my vector length, I'm now essentially moving my result closer to the player by 50 units. So now I should reach approximate maximum intensity as I get close to the surface instead of needing to interpenetrate the sphere. Now this is slightly incorrect again because my player's capsule moves my contact point further out. So if I knew the radius of the player capsule 3, and I'll bet you if we just play now, there we go. So now, based on my distance to that orb, it's going from 0 to 1.
Okay, but here's the issue.
Intensity is going to be whenever I
How does he do this? So on the construction script of the BP,
going into my event graph is where I'll do things based on what's happening during the game. I'm also going to create a couple of variables here. So x0, which is the one that I assigned the glow material.
So I'm assuming we don't want to create it on this. We want to create it on its parent. Right? We want to create it on its parent. So maybe instead what we do is we go through each one of these and then create a material instance, and then we can change the materials using this. And that way we're holding these, we make these mats, and then we go to character char, wherever this is. I can't believe that we're actually material instance dynamic. Can't believe we're using this to hold these, but I guess it could probably work. We have our mini mats right now, which is fine. So what we're going to want to do here instead is create, and the reason why I'm doing it in here is so I don't have to recall this cast. So we'll see if this works, but theoretically what we do is we just create those dynamic instances here, dynamic mat, and we equal that to material instance dynamic, create, and then we can say mini mats dot get material, right? The parent material parented to the specific material. And what is the F name? In outer. What is in outer? Let's just put my char. Boom. And then we can add the dynamic. Sorry. Mat in here, and now instead of having a list of material interfaces inside of there, we now have dynamic mats that we should be able to change in here. All right. So now that we've created those, what we can do is one, it looks like we can give it a name as well. Right, so I can say mini mats. Actually, let's create a F name here. F name, not get F name F name material name is going to be equal to the mini mats dot get material dot get F name, and then plus, and then maybe we could say, I don't know, plus, do I have to say text? Right? I can't just say that. Can I append? Append string. So we have to create a string and then send it to fname. So let's do, was it, is it f string? Is equal to minimats.getMaterial dot get fname dot get to string or to string, and then we're gonna want to say plus, and then text, and then here we could say dynamic dynamic material instance. Then in here we can say new name dot to f or f name. Do I really have to create, hold up, f name, the new name? Yeah, no, I'm weird. Sorry guys. And honestly, I'll probably want to make sure I have the right data type. And then get fname, new name, dot to string. Can I just say that? How do you convert an f string to an f name? Can I just say new name here? No, I can't. So what if I were to do something like that? I don't think that'll work either. I mean, it does work. New name. So now we have a new name. Let's go ahead, come in here. Let's print out. Instead of doing all this, we're just going to UE log temp, or sorry, log temp, warning, text. We're gonna do percentage s. Then let's do minimats dot get fname. Nope. Get fname dot toString, and then we can test this. Let's test. Yeah. So how's your projects going, Fabula? Me? Yeah, I am tired, man. I don't know why I've been so tired recently, and it's kind of making me mad. Yeah, I mean, it works. DMI 012. But the thing is if you look, it's not getting this specific name. Right? If you look, it's not getting this specific name. Here, how do I put the output log? I'm ready to throw the computer out the window. Don't do it. Keep the computer. You got this, man. Sometimes it's just going to take extra work like this. I'm not really excited about doing this at all, man. This is a pain in the butt. Like in Unity, I feel like it's a lot easier to achieve something of this nature. You just get the material and then be able to change the material. I'm tanking some energy and came here. Okay. Yeah, man, I laid down for a second or today and I was like, I'm gonna take an hour nap before I stream. Ended up sleeping like 2 hours. Woke up at like 10:50. Told everyone I'm not going to stream today. Changed my mind. Took a shower and then got on as fast as I could. Because I figure like some days are just going to be, they're not going to be the best days, right? But just because they're not the best days doesn't mean you can't make the best out of it, you know? So, yeah, that's why I'm here. And trying to figure out how I can specifically do this. On top of that, my daughter has her, she has her bed coming in today. So I've just been sitting around waiting for that. And I haven't received a notification saying we've received it, so... Or that they're nearby. Yeah. But yeah, it's getting opaque master SRS, so it's getting the parent of this. It's not necessarily getting the instance, right? It's not getting the instance. Which is frustrating. Feels like I'm doing a whole lot. I'm trying to like do this intelligently, and I could be wrong with the way I'm even thinking about doing this, but I'm trying to do this in a way that like if anyone to jump in here and like set stuff up for a character, it would be like that. You're later going to set up furniture? Yeah. Just a, it's a, we got her a new bed with our income taxes because she wanted a new one. Facts. Furniture maxing. Yeah, we're just trying to hope she'll start sleeping in her own bed, man. It's been hard. She won't sleep in her bed, and even if she sleeps in her bed, she'll wake up and run to our bed. So, and I'm a heavy sleeper, so once I'm out, I'm out. I'm sleeping, dude. Comfort applied. Comfort pilled. We are very comfort pilled. Now, sadly, we aren't as comfortable as we'd like to be. We are not as comfortable as we'd like to be. But that's fine. Life's not always about being comfortable. However, life is about working hard and trying to figure out how the materials are. The materials are not working. And I'm trying to figure out how to even get the material instances on the skeletal mesh. Because all of these are all material instances. Slot name. Slot name. Slot name. Slot name. I mean, I gotta change this. Text underscore Judah underscore I. Right? But these are all material instances. So why do they become skeletal materials? And then you can't even get the material instances from them. It's probably one of those things where it's better to do in BPs, but it's going to be annoying because I'm going to have to write the same code for every single character, the enemy character, for this character, because I want to also have that, I guess. Well, no, not necessarily, because there's going to be some differentiation between the two. But, you know, at the end of the day, I might. What if I want to change some stuff? So this is on her. We broadcast this, right? Change health UI event. And really, we shouldn't even make this a change UI health event. I think I subscribed this to my user widget. Yeah. Health comp reference, change health UI event, dot add dynamic, dot this. And then, you know, we update the heart stats. So I could also subscribe to this. You know. Man, I remember writing this. This was a pain in the butt. And it's all because they were named the same. You have to make sure everything. All my homies hate BPs. It's not necessarily that I hate BPs. I would just rather write it in code. Save myself some time. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just save myself some time, dude. So I could just get a reference to my health script and then subscribe to that, similar to how I've done it here, right? So on initialize, we essentially just have a dynamic event that occurs whenever, you know, change health UI is called. But you think I would have called this like on hurt instead of change health. So that's probably what we'll call it. Has been hit event. Yeah. Let's see if this did it to everything. It has been hit. Has been hit event. Because then I'm thinking what I could do is just get maybe the materials on the player and then do everything from here. Right? On the main character or even the enemy character. It's nicer when it's specifically on the health component, because the health component, then whatever that's on, I can do these things. Right, I can just call a function. I can just call a function and have that function play. Right? Mini-mats, get F name to stream. This was ridiculous. Sad. But I think that's one step closer. At least we're figuring out what we can and can't do. And I guess that's the positive aspect to this all. Right? But even if I was on here, and let's just go anywhere, and say, for instance, like, what, can we get mesh? Yeah. Get materials. Index, preview, slot names. Get num, get over, get used materials. Interface, they're all an interface. Get materials. Set scalar. Yeah, so you can't even get default or instance. Hold up, I gotta use the restroom, guys. I'll be right back. I'm back. Yo, Nuska. Hey, man. I go now, watching a tutorial, and then I try again. See you next stream. Yes, sir. Catch you around, Fabula. You building a bed right now? No. I was doing something else. Using the restroom. Come on, guys. I was only gone for like 30 minutes. But yeah, there's no way to literally... This is just one of those sad face Unreal Engine things. It's a sad face Unreal Engine, really? Hashtag really Unreal? Unreally. This is ridiculous, dude. There's no way that... Maybe I'm setting this up wrong. Regardless, let's try to do something now in here. Let's just try it. These are all material interfaces. Vector parameters, set scalar parameters. I don't know if it's automatically gonna just do that. Linear color red. I want to just see if I can change these materials. I think the primary reason has to do with something else. It could be that it's a material on this script and I'm gaining access to it from the health component. Turn red. Oh, it did turn red. You stupid. Turn red. Turn red. Constraint in. Yeah, we're gonna have to do this now. Who knows? Maybe that'll help. Try rerunning it again. Set material. Oh, so you have to set the material afterwards? Ah. That could be it. So I tried not to get this. I tried not to, but we ended up doing it anyways. My char.get materials. How do you even set the material? Well, this is going to set one of the materials, hopefully. Alright. No, we don't want to turn on all the random things that we don't care about. But we do, however, want to... Hey, it worked! Let's go, boys! I'm a white lion now, which is interesting. But, you know... I don't know why it's doing this. Hold up. Do I at least? Okay, so it is the same type of material. We're getting close. This is like one of those things where, like, anytime it changes, it's going to be a pain in the butt. You know? Let's see. For instance, it's the base texture. So let's see, you know. So not only are we going to want to make a dynamic material, but we're going to want to set all... We're creating this material, but we're not creating it with all of the specs. However, right, let's try this. Let's get rid of changing the color and then play that and see if that affects anything in any way. Like if it doesn't affect anything in any way, then we know for a fact that they have the same values. Okay, no it doesn't. So this is literally it just creates another material instance of it, and it doesn't set a texture value. But if I were to say base texture, and then I don't know, what would we texture value? And then I have to give it a texture. I would have to create a texture parameter and then flood it. This is like becoming way too much. Because then I have to make another U or a U property and then place these in there. And then if I wanted to make sure they were right or perfectly aligned, you know, since it's all built off of an element type. God, dude. Literally all I want to do is change the tint. I just want to create a clone of whatever this material is, and then I want to change the tint. But I'm going to be real with you guys. We're going to have to write this in a for loop for int I equals 0, I is less than character mats dot num. We're going to plus plus, because we're going to have to set one. If you saw earlier, at each point, right, we have an element index that now we can just put I in. We don't specifically have that, but we can say character mats and then I as well, and that should be fine. Also in here we can, you know, do all the things, right? But it's like, this is starting to come out, like, get out of hand. This is all unrelated to the health. It's all being done in the health because I can place this on anything and affect anything that has materials or that has a health component, essentially, right? I can call these functions on it and make things happen. We don't want that constant. But yeah, if we want to change this, you know, character mats, I dot set a vector parameter value. And it's interesting to see that no matter what I change, it's just not going to give me the results that I want. Like if I were to come in here and look at this and say base color tint. Base color tint looks like, you know, base color tint. Right? And F linear color, let's just do red and see what happens. We're just gonna test a lot until we come upon something. Schmackmare. Hey. But yeah, at least it's changing everything now. But it's just changing it to white. Dot set. We have texture, we have scalar, set emissive boost, right? If I were to make a material, all right, I feel like I'm gonna have to make a C++ material that does this. Like I'm gonna have to make a, you know, a new character, or not a new character, all class, new material. Wow, there's a whole lot of material things. Jesus. Alright, let's just say I wanted to make a material. Material instance actor. They have physic material editor, mesh component. I want to say it's a material instance actor, but if I just went to this, went to material, creating material instance off of an existing material instead. Hold up. I wish it would tell me what class, path, materials. Yeah, I know. Shading model, lighting model, da da da. I mean, I wish it would tell me what class. Connect a parameter to see. Let us just go to here. Blueprints. See, these are all master SRS. Parameter. Yeah, these are all parameters. And because we're not, you know, then we have color. If we use this, that's interesting because when you make an instance, that's not even a thing. So let's just change the color, I guess. Color. Hey, there we go. It's like, I don't know if I can set a boolean though. How is that even possible for them to set a boolean in a parameter? Default SRS. Texture, scalar, rotation angle, output UVs. We have our opacity mask, which is being placed into here. But static switch parameter. How do you copy everything in its entirety though? That's the real question. Because right now it's literally changing everything. And it's just taking this one. I mean, if you look, it says that this is its master. It's creating a material instance based off of this, but we have to literally go through and recheck everything again. Is there any way to copy whatever material that it's copying from? Maybe what we can do is in here, we're creating an instance dynamic material based off of the material. But how do we get the material instance? Get material. Instance. Let's see, this returns a view material. Didn't we get instance before? I could have sworn we did, because maybe we can make a U material instance. Copy equals this. And it's gonna be like, you can't do that with the mu material. What if I do that? Can't do that either. Skeletal mesh dot get material 0, and then we get a material interface. Then from the material interface, we can make an instance dynamic, which is essentially just getting the master, which we don't want. We want to copy. A material instance via C++. Ooh. Target is material instance dynamic object reference, and then that's that. K2. Right. So we would copy essentially. But the thing is that this is already dynamic. We would have to copy something in here, and we don't have an instance. We have an interface. We don't have an instance. We do have an interface. We do. Really? Really? Really, do we have this? This is very interesting. Stitch Love Lilo. K2 underscore copy. And then we can put in mini-mats, right? Source, which is the material interface. Be quick parameters only. Will what? How do you continue this? Output much faster. Dynamic scalar, vector and texture parameters on clients.
Need to find
Required
the perfect
data.
gift?
Is there
Don't panic. Gift mode on
copy
Etsy is here to
interp
take the stress out of gifting
parameters?
and make it easy to find incredible items for anyone and any occasion.
Is that a
Try
thing in
gift mode
here?
on Etsy now.
So it's something that's probably planned. Nope, they got it. They got it. Let's try it. Copy interp parameters. And then we just say dynamic mat, or no, we say mini mats. Right? So this one's an instance though. This doesn't want an interface. That's lame. This one's an interface, which doesn't make any sense because there's no way that I can actually do all that. I can do it with this. False. I don't think there's a, yeah. We do not want to do the quick parameters only. Takes long and might be bad for, oh wow. Need to find a way to get access to a material instance. I could probably make a material instance and then cast it to this here. Let's ask Chat GPT. Because Chat GPT be pretty lit when it comes to this. How to I want this dynamic material instance to copy the Why would you cast it though? That makes no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Material instance, dynamic material. Yeah, but they don't even have the copy. How to use copy interp parameters. Yeah, see that there's nothing on this is use get material. Right. If oh my gosh, these guys are crazy. They're like, because we named the variable type material instance. Look at this, guys. So dumb, dude. So dumb. Well, I'm exiting out of that because that did not help me at all in my little adventure. And that's the sad truth about ChatGPT. Sometimes you just gotta figure it out on your own. It's interesting that they have the copy interp copy interp parameters, but it needs a material instance source. And the sad truth is I can't get access to that material source because in order to get my materials, I have to access the skeletal mesh, and then the get materials gives me back a material interface instead of a material instance. And you can't get, from what I know, you can't get a material instance from a material interface. Maybe you can cast, but it just looked like that isn't even possible as well. Let's ask just Google. No. Is there a way to get a material instance from a material interface? C++, UE5. See? Yeah, exactly. He's like, you're going to have to make a material interface and then copy that material. But that means, like, for every single one, I'd have to copy it over. And I just want it to be dynamic in the sense that it can get it automatically. So I literally have to make a U property for each of them and then set it there. But then if I do that, there's no point in having the skeletal mesh. There's no point. Let's see if this works, and if this doesn't work. And we'll know it works if it doesn't change at all. We'll know that everything was copied over successfully. But then I guarantee you somewhere down the line there's going to be issues. So who knows? It might be a little bit better for me to just do it that way. That's interesting, though, because it copies everything besides the texture, right? It copies everything besides the texture, so we have no choice but to do it the way that we didn't want to do it. So we're not going to even have to do this or do this. We're not even going to do this. What we're going to do is make a U property, expose it. U material instance. I guess I could say U material instance dynamic. We don't even need to do that, but what we can do, dynamic character mats, and then copy, which means I'm probably going to have to restart everything, or even possibly rename. First, was it edit anywhere? Sorry, edit anywhere. Blueprint, read write. Category, which is going to equal to character materials. And then we're going to do meta, and then equals allow private access. So now, what we're just gonna do, right, is we're going to create for each mini mats in character mats. We're going to instead do the dynamic character mats here. We're gonna go through dynamic character mats, which I'm a little uncomfortable doing this, I believe, in the health component. It just doesn't make sense to do it here, but it makes sense to do it here. I guess it's one of those things. And actually, we do need to get this. Get reference to owning actor, right? Yeah, honestly, I guess we do want to say if we get this, then to do it. If not, then don't, you know. Then don't. Then we're gonna do a for loop. We're going to get the materials, change the name, or for each loop, make a new name. Make make a material instance of that. Then we're going to copy insert parameters, and in here we are going to have to say dynamic character mats dot add, and then we're gonna have to add the dynamic mat in there. But we're going to want to probably do a for loop now, because we're gonna have to iterate through each single one inside of the character mats. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And I equals 0. I is less than the character mats dot number dot num. Then we're going to sorry I plus plus. And from here, instead of doing all this jazz, we're gonna do what? Character mats and then I in here. Then we get all that. We get the new names. Switch this to this. We're gonna get the material. Even though I don't even think we have to do this now. Yeah, because this is already an instance. We don't need to get the material. But if we make a dynamic of what happens if we make a dynamic? Do we even have to copy it now? Right? I mean, I guess we'll find out. So let's go ahead instead of setting the material here. Gotta watch a tutorial? Yeah, do your thing, man. Thanks for being here, by the way. I appreciate you, Katagi. Some text. Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I pulled up 3 fingers. Yeah. Super smart. Come on, smack me. Nothing happened. And nothing played. Oh, you know what it is? Now I have to go into each freaking character and set this up. This is what I didn't want to do. This is not what I wanted to do. I gotta go in here into the health component where we should have character materials, right? And then we can go to the materials. Right. What? Let me guess. What the heck? This is a
material instance, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. Yep, that's gonna make the computer fart. At least I hope it doesn't. What I mean by that, it's essentially gonna make it so that when this health component loads up, it's gonna be like, we'll find out though. Oh, we're fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, see? So we're gonna have to come in here and save all these, and we're gonna have to essentially rerun everything. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom. Opacity mask. At least it's, you know. Whoa, what's going on here? These all look like crap. What happened? I must have done something dumb. Hey, check me out! I changed it. Now I look like garbage. Dude, this is a sick skin. But hey, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Just so you guys can see. See, now everything's working. The matte character Judah cloth, Judah hair, Judah DMI, Judah eyes. So it looks like we also have to not only you have to put these in the right way, in the right order, too. Place in order in the the same orientation of place in the same orientation of the skeletal mesh in so we have to put this in correctly. We can't just throw them in all willy-nilly, which is stinks because I like willy-nilly. Sorry, I'm cringe. I know. Everyone will love me one day, and I'm the bane of existence. So we have some things that needs to go here, here, and here. Owl in the bush. What's up? How's it going, man? Nothing much. We're just trying to figure out how to change the materials on the player, and it's a big old ugly mess now. Nothing is as dynamic as I would like to be, even though I'm using dynamic instant meshes. Now, not only do I have, you know, some extra storage that I have to host on like a character. Adding DLC already? Yeah, of course. Right. The ultimate Super Smash Judah. It's gonna be great. Everyone falls on the ground, you just roar. So how's your day going, Al? It's slow around here. No one loves me anymore. I'm not as cool as they thought I was. How's everything going with your game, Al? But yeah, I mean, we got it working now. We have dynamic meshes or dynamic materials now being created here. So, you know, that's nice. Now we can, my laptop is acting up. Oh, dude, I think it might be dead soon. That is horrible. How long have you had it? About 5 years. That's not a long time. What does it have in it? Try reformatting it, man. You know, after a while of having a computer, like things in the registry can get messed up. People mess with it. Reformatting helps and a lot. Hey, now we're red. Let's go. Now, how do we linearly interpolate between this color and that color? I mean, this is a vector, right? Equals F vector or F math interp V interp to, what if I put F linear color here and was like, hey, red. We actually have to get the color. Villian. You got a new one on Black Friday. So why are you scared? Oh, it's Villain Judah because he's red. Yeah, we're gonna try to switch him from red to white. But I need to figure out how to do that. Like, let's say if I go white, I think this is, if we do white, I don't think it'll change it. I think really all it's doing is changing it's not changing the saturation per se. But yeah, let's see. If it's white, it should just stay the same. Yeah, it stays the same. So I'm trying to find a way now to interpolate between two colors. Right? So the idea is that we use, lerp color equals F math lerp. I mean, constant transform or constant t, so that means that we could use, F, I think, right? We could, right? But we would have to multiply this by interp steps. Interp ease in. I use my stuff till it breaks. The new one is on standby and it has higher specs. I'll plan on using it for a 3D game. Cool. Yeah, honestly, I can't say anything. I have a keyboard, right? That is ooh, I just made no. But yeah, I have a keyboard that is brand new, tucked away, and I'm just waiting until this one breaks completely. It's only annoying because sometimes some of the buttons will press twice. Like I'll press P and it'll be PP, and I get made fun of that because they're like, what are you typing that? Every time you press P, you see PP. And it's like, it's the keyboard, I swear. It stinks, man. And those are the comic gestures that I guess the Lord sets up in my life. Alert. So this is more for a rotator. I mean, let's just do it. Lerp from, we can lerp, sorry, I don't know, F linear color red, F linear color white. So to me, this means that we're going to, I don't want this to be controlled by an alpha. We might have to use a timeline to do this. We might have to use a timeline, bro. Oh, and it's already 2:03, which means I have to go get my child. Oh, man. I really want to work on this too. And they have yet to send the bed. which means they lied to me and I could have gone and done other things today. But you know what? That's just fine. It's just one of those days. It's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up. We have a lerp color, F math, lerp. We're going to want to lerp between red and white, right? But we'll probably set up that with a F sign. So it just, boop, 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 you know? So we'll figure out that, but I'm going to have to bounce on out of here. It was nice to talk to all of you guys today. Sorry that it was only a 2 hour and 41 minute stream. Typically we go like 30 minutes over that, but I overslept today, guys. I'm sorry. I've been extremely tired. I don't know why. But I will catch you all hopefully tomorrow. I might have a meeting tomorrow. So, and then on Friday, I won't be able to stream as well because I have to take my daughter to an eye appointment. So it's a busy week this week. I apologize, guys. But I'm gonna start working on the devlog here soon. So make sure to pay attention to that. I'm going to try to make it a little bit more intuitive with a little bit more intricacies on how I achieve things to try to make it a little bit more interesting. But yeah, I'll catch you around out on the brush. Thank you for showing up, everyone. Sorry I had to leave right when you kind of got in here, man, but it is what it is. Anyways, guys, peace out. God bless, and until next time, Jesus loves you. Truly do.